The rebels made practical use of every part of the fortress. The vast cisterns, ingeniously fed by winter flash floods, provided them with enough water to survive the arid climate. The storehouses contained not only grain and oil, but also a large arsenal of weapons left over from Herod's time. The rebels were not just waiting for the end, they were actively preparing for a fight. They likely spent their days sharpening blades, repairing armor, and planning their defense. Every person, whether man, woman, or older child, had a role to play in this collective effort for survival. Life on Masada was a testament to human resilience. A community's attempt to carve out a normal existence on the very edge of a precipice, both literally and figuratively. Down below on the desert floor, Lucius Flavius Silva and his 10th Legion began their work with cold, methodical precision. The Roman approach to siege warfare was not about rushing into a battle. It was about overwhelming the enemy through logistics and engineering. First, they established a massive camp and built a complete wall of circumvallation around the entire base of the Masada Plateau. This wall, several kilometers long and dotted with guard towers, served a dual purpose. It prevented any of the Jewish defenders from escaping and stopped any potential aid from reaching them. The construction of this wall was a monumental task in itself, showcasing the discipline and manpower of the Roman army. It was a clear statement to the rebels above. You are trapped. With the fortress completely isolated, Silva turned his attention to the main challenge, how to get his soldiers up the steep cliffs to the fortress walls. He identified a weak point on the western side of the plateau, a natural rocky spur that reached part of the way up. This would be the foundation for his main assault. He commanded his soldiers and thousands of Jewish prisoners of war to begin constructing a massive siege ramp. This was not a simple wooden structure, but a colossal earthwork of stone and compacted soil. Day after day, week after week, under the harsh desert sun, the ramp grew higher and higher, a slow-moving mountain of earth creeping steadily toward the fortress walls. The defenders could only watch helplessly as the Romans methodically engineered their doom. The construction of the ramp was an incredible feat of ancient engineering. Roman soldiers worked in organized shifts, quarrying rock, hauling dirt, and beating it into a solid, stable structure. They were constantly harassed by the defenders on the cliffs above, who would have thrown rocks and fired arrows down at the workers. To protect his men, Silva likely used artillery, such as catapults and ballistae, to fire projectiles up at the fortress walls, keeping the rebels under cover.